Welcome back. Now over to Jesse Baines with your 5-day weather forecast.
It's the first day of spring, but it doesn't look like Mother Nature quite got the memo, but it will get warmer over the next 5 days. We'll see increasing cloudiness and a 60% chance of flurries this afternoon. Tonight, it will be mainly cloudy with 30% chance of flurries. The expected high for today is +1. Thursday, we can expect flurries with a high of +2. Friday will be cloudy with a 60% chance of flurries with a high of +4. Saturday and Sunday will be sunny with a low of -4 and a high of +4. And that's your 5-day weather forecast. Now back to the newsroom.
Thanks, Jesse. U.S. President Barack Obama wants Israel's foes to know America supports the Jewish state. After his arrival in Tel Aviv today, Obama said the United States will be Israel's strongest ally and greatest friend. He also says peace in the Middle East will not be reached at Israel's expense. This is Obama's first trip to Israel as president. He has said he also plans on visiting the Palestinian Authority and Jordan.
Pakistan announced today it will hold a historic general election on May 11th. A caretaker administration will run the country until then, as Pakistan struggles with Taliban violence, a fragile economy, chronic power outages, and record sectarian unrest. Nuclear-armed Pakistan is a key ally of the United States government in its fight against Islamist militancy. Despite this, historically, the military shapes foreign policy with the help of intelligence agencies. Pakistan's military has actively ruled the country for more than half of its 66-year history.
Cyprus's finance minister is pleading to Russia for help to avoid a financial meltdown. The government and the country's central bank are working on an alternative proposal to prevent bankruptcy. This comes a day after Parliament rejected an initial plan to raise billions of euros by seizing up to 10% of its citizens' bank savings. Tuesday's decisive rejection of the plan has left the country's bailout in question and fueled fears that the Cypriot economy is on the cusp of bankruptcy and could potentially have to leave the euro. There's still no deal on financing with Russia, but talks are continuing.
Computer networks at major South Korean banks and top TV broadcasters crashed today. Bank machines across the country were also affected, prompting speculation it was caused by a cyber attack from North Korea. Police and South Korean officials could not immediately determine the cause, but experts say a cyber attack orchestrated by Pyongyang was likely to blame the shutdown was more of an inconvenience than a scare. The attack did not affect government agencies or networks essential to the country's infrastructure.
And now with your sports news, here's Mark Mullen.
Well, folks, the Leafs are in action tonight. They host Steven Stamkos and the Tampa Bay Lightning at the Air Canada Centre. The Leafs are on a 5-game skid while the Bolts are rolling after winning their last 2 games. The Leafs' forecheck is known for its physical presence, but head coach Randy Carlyle says defense comes first.
I think to enable to have a strong forechecking game, you got to be clean in your own zone, because you can't play defensive zone coverage and be a forechecking hockey club.
Other games on the docket tonight are all in the Western Conference. The third-place Wild are in Motor City to play the Red Wings. The Dallas Stars are northbound to face the last-place Avalanche in Colorado. The San Jose Sharks look to swarm in Edmonton as they take on the struggling Oilers. And the first-place Chicago Blackhawks are out west to battle their conference rivals, the Anaheim Ducks. Today in the sports world, we celebrate the birth of a hockey legend. On this day in 1948, Bobby Orr was born in Parry Sound, Ontario. He turns 65 today. One of the greatest players ever, Orr was scouted by the Boston Bruins at just age 14 and made his NHL debut by 17. He spent 10 years with the Bruins and 3 in Chicago, where he racked up multiple 100-point seasons and won 2 Stanley Cups. Happy birthday, Bobby.
Tried a shot that was wide and Keenan cleared it but not out. Bobby Orr behind the net to Sanderson. Orr! Bobby Orr! Scores and the Boston Bruins have won the Stanley Cup.
In NBA action, the Raptors are on the road tonight taking on the Charlotte Bobcats. The Raps are coming off their loss to the powerhouse Miami Heat on Sunday night. The Bobcats are last in the East, but Raps head coach Dwayne Casey says the team needs to be first on the boards.
Our 3 games against them, we've had 46 turnovers and 46 offensive rebounds. We've given up 46 offensive rebounds. So going into this game, we want to make sure we work on our defensive rebounding and keep them off the boards.
Tip-off is at 7. Elsewhere, LeBron James and the Miami Heat look to keep their win streak alive. They're in Cleveland tonight to play the Cavaliers. The Heat's win streak hit 23 after Monday's battle with the Boston Celtics. They now hold the second longest win streak in NBA history. The longest is held by the Lakers, who had 33 wins in the 1971-72 season. And in Grapefruit League action, the Jays are playing the Baltimore Orioles. That's it for sports. Now back to the newsroom.
Thanks, Mark. An Ancaster, Ontario man's relaxing fishing trip in Florida turned into a battle with a great white shark last Friday. 46-year-old Fab Marchese took 3.5 hours to reel in the shark, which was close to 3,000 pounds and half the size of the boat. Marchese says the fish managed to pull the boat almost 4 miles off course. The boat's captain was the first one to spot the shark 90 meters out. He says no one on his boat has ever caught a great white shark before. And since great white sharks are protected, the fishermen had to let their catch go.
I'm terrified of sharks. I don't know what I would do if I was in that situation.
Me too. Wouldn't even want to deal with it.
I hate them. And that's all for Humber News today. Thanks for joining us. I'm Marco DeMeo.
And I'm Kelly Snyder. Humber News is written and produced by journalism students at the North Campus. You can also catch us on YouTube. We'll see you next time.